rescue 7 kidnapped victims in Kwara State. Federal government unveiled plan to eliminate lead poisoning in Nigeria. Correspondent reports on deplorable condition of Agbabiaka Agor Road as residents appeal for urgent government intervention. Plus update from the world of entertainment and sport. This is the Nigerian Television Authority NTA Ilorin News Tonight. Good evening and welcome. I am Mutiyat Olushola. Now the news in details. The Kwara State Police Command has rescued a woman, Afusatu Al-Ajaladan, and a 9-month-old baby alongside 5 other victims from kidnappers' den after a gun battle with bandits in a forest near Owaoniri, Ifelodun local government area of the state. The victims, according to a statement signed by the PPRO, Kwara Command SP Aditun Ejire Adeyemi, were freed on Wednesday following a joint operation by operatives attached to the Office of the National Security Advisor, police officers, and vigilante members. The spokesperson, who confirmed the development, said the rescue followed sustained search and rescue operations launched in response to recent abductions in the state. She disclosed that during the operation, security operatives encountered armed resistance from the kidnappers, leading to a fierce gun duel. The criminals were forced to abandon their hostages and escape deeper into the forest, while all 7 victims were safely rescued. The PPRO added that the vigilante member sustained gunshot injuries during the encounter but is responding to treatment. Ejire Adeyemi further said the rescued victims had been debriefed and reunited with their families, adding that the Commissioner of Police, CP Adekimi Ojo, has promised a sustained aggressive onslaught against criminal hideouts until perpetrators of kidnapping and banditry are brought to justice. 32 kidnapped victims have been rescued in the last 14 days by the Nigeria Armed Forces in ongoing operations across the country. The Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Marcus Gangie, stated this at the Defense Headquarters, Abuja, during the bi-weekly update on military operations. During the period under review, 63 terrorists were arrested, 16 illegal refining sites recovered and deactivated, while 19 oil thieves were apprehended. Similarly, several cache of arms were recovered and criminal camps destroyed. The federal government has warned of heavy rainfall and potential flooding across 15 states and 69 communities from September 24th to 28th, 2025. This is contained in a statement from the Ministry of Environment's National Flood Early Warning Center. The advisory list: Adamawa, Anambra, Bayelsa, Borno, Delta, Edo, Imo, Kano, Katsina, Ondo, Oyo, Rivers, Sokoto, Taraba, and Zamfara at risk state. Communities such as Yola, Yanagwa, Warri, Benin City, Oguta, Kano, Jibia, Akure, Oyo, and Gusau are particularly vulnerable. Stakeholders are therefore advised to take preventive measures to protect lives and property. The ministry emphasized that the alert is part of its ongoing early warning system to reduce risk during the peak rainy season. Residents, local governments, and emergency response teams are advised to remain vigilant and implement precautionary measures. The federal government, through the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, have inaugurated a national interagency working group to address the growing threat of lead poisoning in the country. To combat the crisis, the ministry has provided laboratory equipment in collaboration with Medicine Sans Frontiers (MSF) to enhance active surveillance and conduct soil remediation and community education. This was at a workshop in Abuja to finalize and validate the 5-year National Strategic Plan on Lead Poisoning Elimination, where officials underscored the urgency of government response. Nigeria has witnessed outbreaks of lead poisoning in Zamfara State in 2010, where over 400 died and several others disabled in Niger State in 2015. More recently, in 2024, fresh cases were reported in Zamfara and Sokoto State.
That initiative is meant to take everything that has to do with prevention on health, that will maintain well-being to the grassroots, to the household, using locally available resources.
The deplorable condition of Agbabiaka Danielu Agor Road in Ilorin South Local Government area of Kwara State remain a nightmare to motorists and residents of the area. Social and economic activities are worst hit. Abdulmumin Abdulwakil report that people are soliciting for urgent government intervention to make the road motorable again.
Driving through Gakambi, Agor Ayikale is not a smooth ride as the road is dotted with potholes and ditches, thereby exposing motorists and other road users to danger. The increased rainfall has opened up more erosion spots and almost rendered some part of the route impassable. Residents of Agor and its environs now find it difficult to access their houses as commercial transporters avoid the area or charge exorbitant prices. They want the state government to extend its urban renewal program to Danielu Agbabiaka Agor Road for social and commercial activities to pick up once again.
We are having difficulties on this our road. If you can see, even many times, if I bring my trucks into offload fuel, it creates a lot of difficulties for the customers, for everybody to pass on this road.
This area is very good, but this road is bad. It's really bad, especially during the rainy period. One has to think twice before getting out of the house. Sometimes you are coming into the house when back into the environment when it's raining. You just discover that when you get to a particular place, you can't even move further.
The road is terrible, and by the grace of God, we are appealing by the grace of God that the God Himself will enter into the heart of the government and do us something, do us favor. It's a great favor. It's a terrible road.
Láti Gakambi, Oníkànga, Danielu.
From Gakambi through Agwayekale to Ilorin Second Gate, the road is terrible. Most time, the community feels the bad portion to ensure the road is motorable. We appeal to the state government to assist us on this road.
Àwa gan la máa ń gbìyànjú láti mọ fíìlì àwọn ibi tí ó ń bàjẹ́ ń bẹ̀. Débi pé kódà lóòdù tá à ń já síbi ojúbòmí gan ní òkúta kò ṣe bí abi 15 load double.
Our major occupation here in this community is farming. And then when we produce to transport all the products to the market, it's not easy at all. Please, we want government to come to our aid so that it will facilitate our, it will help us so that it will boost our economy.
Kwara State government is spending a lot to fix bad roads within the state and committed to extending the gesture to Agor Agbabiaka community in due course.
We are trying our best, to utilize the resources available, with the demands before us. Agbabiaka Danielu Gakambi axis. Is it important? Yes, it is. Like every other place, is important. But at the same time, we want our people to just be patient with us. We are coming there. We are going to reach out to them, and thankfully, government is continuing. We will try our best to see what we can also do in that regard, to get to them. But however, we don't want them to lose hope. We want them to see that we have been able to touch roads that have never been touched in years. For instance, Osinladuba Road has been there for over 40 years, begging for government attention. It is this administration that looked up and said, you know what, we will take on responsibility to fix the road, which we have started, with the phase 1.
While residents of the area continue to cope with the challenges of bad road, they hope for timely government intervention in making the road motorable to stimulate socio-economic activities. Abdulmumin Abdulwakil, NTA News.
It has become a common practice by some people alleged to be task force of motorcycle operators of Nigeria indiscriminately stopping Okada riders on the road, thereby constituting nuisance to the passengers and other road users. Ahmad Fulani reports that residents want an end to the condemnable practice.
Junctions or roundabouts like post office, some group of men numbering about 3 or 4 stop commercial motorcyclists for ticketing and other checks. Most of the time, they do this forcefully by removing their motorcycle's key, a situation that sometimes disrupts traffic movement or causes road crashes. Okada riders often make wrong U-turn upon citing these task force members. Upon citing this task force, many residents and bike men condemned the act of harassment, suggesting a more professional and safer method of generating revenue without compromising the safety of other people on the road.
It can cause a lot of damages. Even it can lead to accidents at times. Even at times, if I'm on bike, they will be dragging with the Okada man that you have not collected your paper today. You have not collected receipt because of receipt of 200 naira. How much are they even giving them? So it can lead to accidents. So we are pleading to the government to just stop this kind of thing.
It's okay because the money is not going to their pocket. It's going to the government pocket as well. But my own suggestion is just that they should do it with courtesy, because the way they drag key with the bike men is not something to write home about. It's not good at all. I'm suggesting maybe they should have an office where the bike men can pay their own tax money.
If it is the money they are used to collect and give them tickets normally, that one is different. But the way they used to do, they will not even ask some to collect the book. They will just tell them to pay money and go, just like that. They will just collect money from them, just go like that. They will not even bother to give them ticket. And the way they used to give them ticket is not normal. It's not proper at all.
The vice chairman of the Okada Riders Union in Ilorin confirmed to NTA News that the union just rose from a meeting to address the dangerous practice, which he said was mostly perpetrated by non-members.
Local government
It was the local government authority that employed those task force to collect ticket fee for them. Our union doesn't allow task force to indiscriminately collect money from bike men on the road. The expectation of the people is for government and other stakeholders to wade in and stop the unwholesome practice in order to restore sanity to the affected roads. Ahmad Fulani, NTA News.
The Nigerian Institute of Management has backed the federal government's decision to commence mandatory nationwide verification of academic credentials, describing it as a decisive step to curb certificate racketeering and restore credibility to the country's education system. In a statement issued on Thursday by its president and chairman of council, Commodore Abimbola Ayuba retired, the institute welcomed the initiative, which will be implemented through the National Credential Verification Service under the Nigeria Education Repository and Data Bank. The move mandates that both existing and prospective staff in public and private institutions must obtain National Credential Verification Service before their appointment can be confirmed, and each verified credential will be assigned a national credential number with security codes to ensure traceability and authenticity. Ayuba noted that fake certificates have thrived for years due to weak processes that were often compromised. The Institute urged all stakeholders to support the verification exercise, describing it as a joint effort of tertiary institutions and regulatory agencies to provide a one-stop platform where every academic credential can be authenticated and digitally traced. The NCVS, launched in March 2025 by Minister of Education Dr. Tunji Alausa, following Federal Executive Council approval, will take effect on October 6th. And away from that story now to entertainment news. Nigerian music star Paul Okoye, popularly known as Rude Boy of P-Square, has vowed to take legal action over defamatory allegations by some ex-users. Titi Layomi Oyetunde has details of this and more from the world of entertainment.
Paul Okoye threatening to take legal actions against a social media user who accused him of misconduct involving the domestic staff. The controversy began after photos from the 25th birthday celebration of Rude Wife's Ifeoma made the rounds on X. An ex-user who was identified as evil feminist mocked the couple's age difference, while another user, also identified as a feminist, escalated the conversation with damaging claims. In another story, reality show star and comedian Aderombi Adedapo, better known as D1, has revealed how singer Olumenten gave Nigeria a bad name. He said that Yahoo Yahoo became an accepted profession in Nigeria after Olumenten's hit song Yahoozy, which inspired both young boys and babies who danced to the vibes of the song. D1 further stated that Olumenten had invariably contributed to one of the problems that Nigeria is going through today. Titilayo Oyetunde, NTA News.
President Bola Tinubu has restated Nigeria's readiness to host the 2030 Commonwealth Games, with Abuja put forward as the preferred host city. Azamazi Ibrahim's sports report is here presented.
The 2030 edition marks the centenary of the Commonwealth Games, first held in Hamilton, Canada in 1930. Nigerian faces competition from India, which has proposed Ahmedabad as its host city. Commonwealth Sport President Donald Rukari confirmed earlier this month that both countries submitted their bids before the August 31st deadline. In his message to the Commonwealth family, President Tinubu described Nigeria as the gateway to Africa, stressing that it is time for the Games to be hosted on the continent. Meanwhile, the Kwara State Sport Commission has announced the immediate dissolution of all sporting associations across the state. In a statement released in Ilorin by the Commission's press secretary, Sahid Abdullahi, the decision was reached at the board meeting held on September 12 after an extensive review of the association activities. The Commission explained that the dissolution is aimed at bringing in new, dedicated and passionate individual while also retaining some performing former members to strengthening service delivery.
Coming up next is the weather forecast for tomorrow. And with that, we wrap up the news tonight from the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Ilorin. I'm Motiat Olushola. Thank you for watching and do have a restful night.
For more news and programs, you can visit our website on www.ntailorin.com.ng. Download the NTA Ilorin app from Google Play Store on your Android devices. You can also watch our news on NTA Ilorin YouTube channel.